Hi again, everybody, and welcome to this Kare 11 Sports Plus Prep Football Preview. I'm Will Hall. We recently had the chance to chat with more than 40 high school football teams in our area. And as we prepare for the upcoming season, we wanted to share those conversations with you. Here's one of them, and be sure to catch us each Friday night throughout the high school football season at 10:20 for the Prep Sports Extra with myself and Julia Daniels. Happy football season.
Well, Jackson, let's just start with this year. Coming off a playoff team from a year ago. Thoughts on the team you have coming back this fall?
Yeah, we have a lot to replace from a really big senior class that we had, which I don't know. That's kind of you always want to have that situation. You always want to have a lot of seniors that you're going to have to replace. So definitely not like woe is us, but there's going to be some real opportunities for some newer kids to step onto the field and getting them ready to go right from the get-go. That said, we do bring back a handful of like our skilled positions. There's a lot of kids that have played a lot of minutes, and so there is some veteran also within the team. So a little bit of a mix of both, and we're pretty excited about the opportunities ahead of us.
One of those guys coming back, Grant?
Yeah.
What's he bring to the table for you guys?
Yeah, Grant Benson was our starting quarterback a year ago, and definitely a kid that we're going to look to do a lot of things for us. You talk about being a junior than being a senior, the difference of confidence, the difference in knowing the speed of the game, the questions he's asking in practice, the film, it's like talking to a totally different kid than we talked to a year ago, and that's just the development that it takes time. But man, he's invested in himself. If you see him, he probably should be playing linebacker the way his body looks anymore. He's just going to be a great leader for us, and we're really excited for his season.
Is it Hans or Hans?
Hans.
Yeah,
Yep.
That's what I thought it was. Heading to West Point.
Yeah.
First off, that's pretty darn cool, but also second off, one of the better defensive linemen in the area, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking to some of these other coaches and just saying if this is the kind of kid that's going to go serve our country, I feel pretty good about that whole situation then. He's just a phenomenal human being. I think one of my favorite hours of the summer has been our hour drive over here today and just getting to talk to him a little bit more and hear more about life and just kind of catching up on the whole recruiting process and what all that's been for him. But yeah, I mean, super talented kid. He's played varsity. This will be his fourth year technically of playing varsity football. So kind of last year we called him a 6-year senior. So I don't know what we call him this year. Maybe he's a COVID senior, 7th-year senior is what it kind of is like. But a lot of experience that he's had. He's got big shoulders, and that's a good thing because there's going to be a lot put on his shoulders to lead the team. He, along with some of his other seniors and juniors. Yeah, we expect a big season out of Hans, and he expects the same thing, and so we're just excited to get it rolling.
How's the running back spot look like?
Yeah, so we lost the last 2 years. We've had seniors in that spot, so we're gonna have some juniors and some sophomores that are gonna kind of be vying for some of those options. Tony Jordan's a junior, really good athlete. He plays basketball. He does a lot of things. He's probably plays some defense too. He's a kid that. You love having on your team. And then Zeke Afanja is a sophomore, kid that's really put in a lot of time in the weight room, that it's going to be pushing for some of those same minutes. It's great when you have a lot of options, is that you can spread out your team and have players kind of all over the place. So it'll be a new face, really taking a lot of those reps, but we like the stable that we have.
Thoughts on the schedule this year?
So I don't know a lot about it, my first 2 years in Minnesota was 6A football, so I felt like I was just kind of learning that, and now we're back in 5A. So there's some names I think our school has had some history with before or had played games against. I guess I just feel like the new guy on the block again, doing some learning of what is that, who are those coaches, what do they do, scheme-wise, all that kind of stuff. But I mean, we're excited for the opportunity, excited for the challenge. We'll be a little bit bigger fish in the pond than we were the last 2 years. But as I've said, and other people have asked me this, that doesn't necessarily make it easier. Like, there's really good teams all over the place, and 5A football is. I think there's some 5A teams that would compete very, very well in the 6A world, and there's actually a few of the teams that bumped up this coming year. I think they're going to be able to make a little noise in 6A too.
Is there a positive to going down to 5A?
I think everything's got positives and negatives. I think there's goods and bads, and so we certainly are going to accent the positives. I think that's how you should look at really anything in life and go, all right, what's the benefit of this, and how do we use the benefits to our advantage? But I don't know. I'm not one to run away from competition, so we're not sitting here like, oh, thankfully we don't have to play Minnetonka, whatever. Like, no, I mean, we got to show up, play football, strap on our pads, just like other teams do. And so it's really no different. Just a different set of teams, different communities that we're going to go have a chance to visit. And we're excited to play Bison brand of football wherever we go.
Awesome. A couple fun ones to wrap up here. Favorite stadium to coach in that isn't yours?
That's hard because I love Bison Field West. If anybody's ever been there, it's a really cool experience that we've had. Favorite stadium I've had the chance to coach in, EP was a really fun crowd. It was actually my first ever game that I ever coached in the state of Minnesota, so that was really fun. A lot of fans here. I enjoyed Prior Lake. I think they have a nice setup out there. Probably one of those two would probably be either EP or Prior Lake. I've enjoyed.
As a head coach at the high school level that's coached quite a few years now, what's your favorite part of coaching?
Relationships.
What's the best part of it?
Yeah, it's relationships. It's seeing where your kids start. Like, I love now in year 3, close to having my first crew of was freshmen to then be seniors, and like just the changes that happens from that year to by the time they're done. And then as they leave, and they go off to the next thing. My mom always said, like, when we're raising you, we're not raising you to keep you. We're trying to set you off for the next thing. And I kind of look at coaching and teaching as the same avenue of thinking.
Yeah.
Our goal isn't to keep these kids here forever, but to prepare them so that when they're off to the next thing, they're going to be a dad maybe someday, or a husband, or they're going to be an employee or the leader of a business, whatever that next thing is.
Yeah.
Hopefully the years that they spent in our program, they are able to draw back on some things that they learned, and it makes them better and that stuff. And if I get a chance to go to a player's wedding someday, or I get a text that here's my new son, here's my new daughter, that would tell you I had a pretty good career. The wins and losses, I don't know. I'll leave that for everybody else to talk about.
Amen. Awesome answer. Describe the perfect sandwich.
Perfect sandwich. Wow. Hot day or a cold day?
It doesn't matter.
Okay. I don't know. I love burgers, so I think, and you can load up about anything you want on a burger, but I'd prefer to do that on a cast iron, like the smash burger type thing.
Yep.
Put 3 or 4 on that with some cheese and a bunch of toppings. That sounds pretty good to me.
Best pizza spot in Minnesota.
Best pizza spot in Minnesota. I'll just shout out Buffalo Pizza in Buffalo. I don't know too many others, being newer into the state, but Buffalo Pizza, they're great supporters of our program, but honestly make great pizza, and it's like 3 minutes from my house, so it's a win-win.
Local flavor for you.
Yeah.
Last one for you. Favorite college or NFL head coach? Why?
Matt Campbell, Iowa State.
Let's go.
I love Iowa State, but I mean, what he's been able to do with a program and a culture and keeping it still, I think, pretty real in a world, especially college sports, just doesn't feel all that real at times. I look up to that a lot, and it's somebody that, he wouldn't know me from anything, but I try to study as much of that kind of stuff as I can and try to bring it to my own taste and flavor of stuff. But I think he does things the right way, and as a Cyclone fan, I love that he's the head coach.
Amen. Makes 2 of us.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's just talk about this team this season right now. What do you feel like the mindset in general is?
I think when we were coming in, it was kind of questionable what we would look like. We had a lot of the guys in the senior class last year who were a lot of our starters. But now that we've kind of had the summer to develop, learn how we work together, I think it's gonna surprise a lot of people within the team and the community as well of what we'll be able to do. I'm excited myself to see what we're going to be able to do.
What do you think some of the bright spots of this offseason were?
A lot of guys that, including myself, stepping up in leadership. The biggest thing of football, in my opinion, is the leaders. If you have good leaders, you're going to do well. If you don't, you're probably not going to do well. So a lot of leaders have stepped up.
What's it been like for you just stepping into that position?
I've always been a leader by example, and the Coach Litt has developed me and pushed me to be more of a vocal leader, and I've done that a little bit better this year. And we talked about it on the way in too of how I've been able to do that.
You guys are 5-4 last season. You lose to Forest Lake in that first round. Do you ever think about that, or is it like wipe the slate clean and move on?
I definitely think about it. We've gone to the playoffs every everyone goes to the playoffs and played that game, and we haven't gotten past the first game. It's disappointing, and I want to get past it, and I want to get to the bank, but we got to get past that first game. So whatever it takes to get there, we got to prepare for it better and attack it better than we have.
It's like the Vikings.
Yeah.
Get past that first one.
Yeah.
You guys open at Brainerd. Tough road trip you guys have there. Just your thoughts on that matchup.
I'm excited. We went there. I don't know what season it was. Not sure if we won or lost it. But they're good competition, and I'm excited to see taking that step from 5A to 6A and now back to 5A. Kind of what we've been able to do. New coach, new system. I'm excited to see what we're going to be able to do.
That was my next question. What's it like being back in 5A? I mean, it makes things a little weird with the road trips, too, and the teams you guys are matching up with.
Definitely. We're playing kind of more metro teams like we used to play. We still play Monticello, but we used to play kind of Rogers and more area teams, but it seems like we're playing more metro area. That'll be interesting because they'll still have talent there, but it won't be as big as playing like Minnetonka or teams like that.
Now you got Cooper and Armstrong on the schedule.
Yeah.
How tough are those opponents?
I haven't been able to look at them too much, but I've heard stuff that they're not a light team. So.
Let's talk about you a little bit. Going to West Point.
Yep.
What went into that decision?
I had to look at a lot of my values of what I wanted. Recruiting is a hard process. I don't know how to describe it to someone who's never been through it, but it's hard. You need to stick to your roots and what you believe in. And for me, it was an education and being able to leave something that's not just going to be for 4 years, but for my whole life. So that decision was pretty easy when I went there. I knew I wanted to be there when I went there and didn't get the offer, so I was bummed. Got a phone call 2 weeks later and committed when he came to my house. So it's pretty exciting that I was able to have the opportunity to be able to go there.
How do you kind of mentally prepare yourself for West Point? Because it's like having 2 full-time jobs.
Yeah. You just got to embrace the suck. It's going to be hard. It's not for everybody. But in the end, it's gonna be worth it. It's only 4 years. It can't be that hard.
That's what my brother who went to the Naval Academy, he would say that. He's like, embrace the suck. Always embrace the suck.
It's a good saying in life in general.
Yeah.
You know, just embrace the suck.
Yeah.
Embrace it and it'll be easier.
It's like a certain type of person can make it through
Yeah, that's a different kind of.
those academies, though, too. You seem like the type, though,
Yeah.
just from knowing you for like 10 minutes. What's like the dream at West Point and afterwards? Do you have like a dream getting out of there?
I don't know. It depends on if I like it or not, and if I want to stay for 20 years and collect a pension and just live a comfortable life, or if I got another call on somewhere else. We'll see. So I haven't made anything kind of defined yet. So
It's very early.
yeah, like we'll get to that bridge when we get there.
You're like, we'll get to that bridge in 4 years.
Yeah.
All right, some fun ones for you. What's a sport that you've never played before but you think you'd probably be pretty good at?
I played a little bit of baseball, but I didn't like stick with it. I switched to lacrosse. I think I could have been like a good pitcher or something.
Okay. One has to go. Snapchat, Instagram, or TikTok?
What? I'm sorry.
One of the apps has to go.
One of them has to go. So what were all the apps? I only have.
Snapchat, Instagram, and TikTok.
I don't have TikTok. Probably Instagram.
Okay. What's your favorite post-game snack or meal?
Something with meat, either steak or chicken.
What would you tell the younger version of yourself who's starting to play football for the first time?
That it's going to lead to something that you didn't imagine it would lead to. So stick with it.
If you started a podcast, what would it be about and who would be your co-hosts?
I think it would be about. I'm a religious person, so it'd probably be kind of about the Bible and following that walk, and different co-hosts of people that have had different walks of life, and just learn about what it means to be a Christian.
What's your dream concert?
Probably Luke Combs. Just go to Luke Combs' concert.
And best restaurant in Minnesota?
Texas Roadhouse.